The year 1066 marks a pivotal turning point in English history, characterized by profound ruptures and transformations. The death of King Edward I of England in January 1066 without leaving an heir gave rise to a serious legitimacy crisis among three powerful claimants to the throne. These claimants were, respectively, Harald Godwinson, who had been proclaimed king by the English lords, Harald Hardrada, King of Norway, and Guillaume, Duke of Normandy. In September 1066, Harald Hardrada landed on the northern coast of England with a fleet of approximately 300 ships, advancing with an estimated force of 10,000 to 15,000 men. Accompanying him in this campaign was Tostig, the very brother of Harald Godwinson, who had been dismissed from the governorship of northern England by Harold and had chosen the path of betrayal. The Viking forces broke through the English defensive lines at Fulford, seized the city of York, and effectively took control of northern England. Upon receiving the news, King Harold, who had been holding a defensive position in the south against the Norman threat, immediately mobilized and marched his army approximately 300 kilometers northward in as little as 4 days. This movement is regarded as a remarkable achievement in terms of both military leadership and strategic initiative given the conditions of the era. The most critical consequence of this surprise maneuver was that it caught the main Viking forces unarmored and unprepared, as the majority of the Viking warriors had left their armor and equipment aboard the ships. Prior to the battle, King Harold offered Tostig a pardon and land in exchange for his surrender. When Tostig asked what would be offered to Harald Hardrada, Harold's reply was immortalized in history. He promised Hardrada 7 feet of land in England, a clear expression that only a grave would be granted to him. The most notable incident during the course of the battle was a Viking warrior of unidentified origin holding the bridge at Stamford single-handedly. According to English sources of the period, this warrior succeeded in stopping dozens of English soldiers by taking position on the bridge. However, he was neutralized when an English soldier swam beneath the bridge through the river and speared him from below. Following the crossing of the bridge, the English forces gained the upper hand. King of Norway Harald Hardrada lost his life to an arrow that struck his throat, and Tostig also perished in the same battle. The Viking forces suffered a crushing defeat, with only 24 of the 300 ships able to return to Norway. This outcome has historically come to signify the end of large-scale Viking campaigns against England. However, the victory was soon overshadowed. As celebrations continued, news arrived from the south. It was learned that Guillaume, Duke of Normandy, had landed in England. King Harold gathered his still weary and diminished army and turned southward, meeting Guillaume's forces at the Battle of Hastings on October 14, 1066. With the death of Harold in this battle, no obstacle remained before the Norman conquest of England, and English history entered a period of profound transformation. The Battle of Stamford Bridge retains its enduring value as an ancient example that demonstrates, beyond a purely military victory, how decisively strategic decisions can shape outcomes and how delicately balanced the course of history truly is.
If you liked the video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. See you in the new video.